Welcome to yoga practice. Today will be a gentle yoga practice, and thank you for having pillows, blankets. We're going to start in a seated position, and you may want to elevate the hips a little bit so we can always roll a blanket and create a little seat. So taking the spine here to be in a nice neutral position. Hands down to the side, and we're beginning with the exhale and the inhale. Nasal breathing. We want to connect today to our prana and listen to that life force. So taking the arms out and up as we inhale, and as we exhale, gently over to that right side. Torso, arms up. Inhale, and gently over to that second side. Inhale. Exhale. So I want us to do a few movements first. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Lift that rib cage, arms up. Exhale. Maybe a little bit more into that lateral flexion. Inhale up. Exhale. Nice. Inhale up. Lengthen front of the spine, and as we exhale, hands down. So let's come to hands and knees. Knees underneath the hips. Exhale into our cat posture, rounding the spine. Inhale, belly towards the earth, shoulders away from the ears, long front of the neck, the throat. Good. Exhale, rounding. Into cat, gaze to the belly, let the head be heavy. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, cat and cows. Exhale. One more breath this way. Now let's go into circular motion. So we're going side, back, side, forward. Big, big circles. And then let's go in the other direction. Very nice. So let's do the mermaid. Take your knees to the right side. We're going to be on the outer left knee, lower legs, and we're still lifting a little bit the hips, lifting the chest. Very nice. And then coming to your child's pose. Breathing in. Breathing out. Onto hands and knees with the hands a little bit more ahead of the shoulders. So knees point to the left side. We're on the outer right knee, outer right lower leg. And we're lifting the upper body and the hips. Very nice. And another child's pose if you want. Toes curled under. And as soon as the toes tells us it's time to change to just pointing the toes, changing to that. Very nice. Come to your hands and knees. So we're taking here, place your body towards the bottom of your mat so that when you're resting on the belly, your head is still on the mat. Hands comfortably ahead of the shoulders. Easy Cobra. As we inhale, very gently, upper body up. So we're using the arm strength. And release. Inhale up. Maybe gazing up. Exhale, release. So we can go as slow as we want. If you're familiar with Ujjayi Pranayama, slight closure of the back of the throat, we can breathe this way. Inhale up. Exhale. All the air out. Inhale up. Exhale. Let's do one more. Exhale. Nice. Inhale onto your hands and knees or your back bend if you prefer. And you can choose any forward bending, maybe puppy downward facing dog. Maybe downward facing dog, another child's pose. You could do even the dolphin. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Sense the prana, the life force. Very subtle pulsation. It animates everything. So let's come to hands and knees. And all the way down to the belly. The snake is checking if the tail is still there. So the right hand is a little forward, left hand close to that left side of the waist. And the left fingers can slightly turn out. We're using the arm strength to bring our spine into a back bend. Press down through the hands. Inhale, lift up. Gaze back. So that left shoulder further back. And as you exhale, release. Inhale up, gazing back. Exhale, release. So repeat one more breath. Left shoulder back, gaze back towards the heels. Exhale, release. Nice. Hands next to the ribs. Slide those shoulder blades back and down. Inhale, Cobra or upper facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. If it feels good, straightening one leg, the heel on that straight leg side, way down, and we can deeply bend that other leg. And then you could alternate. Shoulders over, wrist, inhale. And as we exhale to the belly, left hand ahead of that left shoulder, right hand to the right side of the waist, and the right fingers can turn out. Fully aware inside the now. What is going on in our inner spaciousness? Listening to that. With the in-breath, we can come up, gaze back, right shoulder back. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Exhale, release. So repeating at your pace. Two more breaths. Very nice. Hands next to the ribs, sliding the shoulder blades way back and down. Inhale, Cobra or upper facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking the knees to the mat. We're going to do threading the needle. So we're on our hands and knees, and the right arm will go up. Inhale. And then we're taking that right shoulder to be behind the left wrist. Breathing here. So we're hopefully okay with this posture. If it's a lot, you can always be on your right form. We're gazing to that left side. Sometimes the left arm straight feels good. Sometimes it feels better to keep left arm bent. Shoulders somewhat away from the ears. Breathing out. When we're very in tune with the aliveness, the vital energy that is within our body, within our breath, we're actually listening to our nature. We are with nature. The physical body is an extension of the earth, of nature. So let's bring the left hand close underneath that left shoulder. And as we press down through the left hand, inhale, right arm up. Exhale, both hands down. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Inhale, shoulders over wrist. Exhale, crocodile. And a back bend. It can be easy, Cobra. Inhale, lengthen the front of the whole body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Before we do that second side, knees to the mat. Hands and knees. So second side, treading the needle. The left arm goes up. Inhale. And then we're taking that left shoulder to be behind the right wrist. Slow in breath. Slow out breath. Very receptive to the prana, the life force within. That vital energy on the inside. It's healing power just by keeping our attention on that inner sunshine and slowing down, we can heal ourselves. So taking that right hand underneath the shoulder, press down through the right hand. Inhale, left arm up and release. Nice. So we're coming to the downward facing dog. Press down through the palms, draw the hips back. Exhale, hands and knees. So we're taking the right leg parallel to the mat. All the weight on the right hand, notice how that feels. And then left arm parallel to the earth. We could bend the right leg and take maybe that right hand, left hand, to hold the top of the right foot. If you're holding the foot, press the top of the foot into your hand. And release. Nice. Before we do that second side, onto the belly. Come onto your elbows for Sphinx. Ardha Bhujangasana. Elbows underneath the shoulders. And we can always relax the head. Walking those elbows all the way to the right side. And still elbows somewhat underneath the shoulders. Maybe relaxing the head. Very nice. Coming back centered, hands next to the ribs. Inhale, upper facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's twist the hips way over to one side. Buttocks towards the heels. And then to the other side. Very nice. Hands and knees. Left leg parallel to the earth. All the weight onto that left hand. Maybe right arm parallel to the earth. Bending the left leg. Maybe we can find with our right hand the pinky side of our left foot. Breathing in. Breathing out. Slowly releasing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shoulders over wrist. Inhale. Exhale to the belly. Sphinx. And we're taking those elbows all the way to the left side. Gazing maybe back. Option to relax the head. Sliding the shoulder blades away from the ears. Nasal breath. Very nice. Come back center. Hands next to the ribs. Inhale, upper facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping the feet to the outside of the hands. Coming into your squatting position. As we're sitting down, legs in front of us. Inhale, sitting tall. Cross the right leg on top of the left, and it's more the ankles, and then very gently seated forward bend. Flexion of the feet. By crossing the right ankle on top, or I should say right lower leg, we're a little bit more in the IT bend, the outside of the hips, especially on that lower leg side. Let's sit up. So uncrossing now, it's that left calf, left ankle on top, sitting tall, and then folding over. Relaxing. Very nice. Inhale, sitting up, arms up, and release. Take the knees to bend. Sitting up tall. Inhale. So this is Bharadvajasana. We're going to go towards the feet, leaning over to the side. So we're opening that whole side of the body while squeezing the side next to the feet. Very nice. Let's switch side, whatever side you were on. Inhale, sitting tall, and we're leaning towards the feet. Top arm, shoulder on top of that lower arm and shoulder. Bharadvajasana. Inhale, sitting tall, and hands down. Let's come to downward facing dog. Inhale, shoulders over the hips. Exhale, crocodile. Inhale, upper facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're going to take pillows. If you don't have pillows, you can, if some of you may have a bolster, you can also take 1 or 2 blankets that you're rolling and you're creating a bolster. Okay, 1 or 2. We're going to have that really close to the hips. Now let me demonstrate first so that you can see. What we're going to do is be on the front. You can have the top arm on top, and of course you can always rest at any time. You can have that top leg go way towards the wall behind us. So just another second here for demonstration. Shoulders, hips on top to begin, and then we'll do that in between position. We're not on top of the shoulders, hips, that's the in between, but we're not yet all the way on the back, okay? So we'll take a moment in the 3 position. First, begin with shoulders, hips on top of one another, making sure your bolster, your pillow, your blanket, whatever you're using is really close to the hips. Breathing here. And if you want, so we're bending the legs, that top leg could be towards the wall behind us. Deep inner listening to the prana on the inside. We can always change the arm position, the legs position. So we're going to come in the in-between position. We can always change the posture of the whole body to make sure you're comfortable. Maybe legs more together or in a different position. Just a few more breaths here. Very nice. So we're going to come on the back with the bolster underneath the spine. And you may choose to keep the bolster perpendicular to the spine, crossing the spine. You may choose to change the orientation of the bolster to be lengthwise on the spine, if that feels better. We'll be here just another 2 minutes. Arms can be out. Arms can be along the ears. You could even choose to have the hands down next to the hips. Arms a little bit out to the side. So the inner wisdom guides our practice. So we're going to roll back on that first side that you were, and then sitting up, breathing, breathing. This is a big transition, pretty intense. And before we do that same routine on the second side, cross the lower legs and very gently, long, full breath. It's a lot here. Gentle seated forward bend. It can be Sukhasana with the heels really close to the hips. It can be Agni Stambhasana, burning logs, with the heels aligned with the knees. Breathing. Nice. Sitting up, let's cross the legs the other way and gently forward bending. Sitting back up, and we're going to do the same routine on that second side. So moving the bolsters, setting up, make sure whatever you're using, pillows, bolster, blanket, really close to the waist. First, bending both knees to right angle and lying down. Maybe that top arm over the ear. You can always set up a pillow between the arm and the ear. Maybe that top leg towards the wall behind us. So a deep inner listening to our inner space. Let's come to that in-between position. At any time we can change position for arms or legs or head. Noticing areas in the body that may feel at ease, a sense of openness, lightness. Maybe certain areas feel more tight. Scanning through the inner body. We're now going to come all the way on the back, but this time we'll set up the bolster to be lengthwise underneath the spine. So we're going to sit up. Breathing, it's pretty intense to be still that way. So we can place the bolster lengthwise underneath the spine, sitting really close to the bolster, and maybe we're comfortable without anything underneath the head. Maybe we want to elevate a little bit the head, so that deep inner listening. Allows us to find the posture for us right now, right here. We can turn the palms to face up. And of course, at any time, we can change the position. Once we feel this is a posture we can hold, allowing the inner body to settle into stillness. Sensing the form dimension melting into the earth. At times there may be a moment of silence. At times, thoughts or images may happen and we may identify with those thoughts, continuing with that self-talk. Very easily we can step out of the thinking and looking at the thoughts like the clouds in the sky. We can sense the aliveness that surrounds us. We can be with the aliveness within. Gratitude for the earth. Gratitude for the present moment. Gratitude for each of you. Gratitude for the infinite, formless, luminous space. And may all beings be safe, healthy, at peace, free and joyful in the whole cosmos. Namaste.